This video is like low-key late. I didn't realize that yesterday was the anniversary of Carmen Sandiego, but oh well. It's been like 7 years, which is kind of crazy. No way 2019 was 7 years ago. So in like celebration or whatever, I'm gonna be like ranking the characters. Cause why not? I think it'll be fun to do. These opinions are mine. So like, I don't know, there's gonna be some hot takes in here, but I don't really care. Technically, I won't be ranking like every single character because there's like a ton of just background characters that I don't really like have an opinion on, so I'm not really gonna talk about them at all. And I'm going to be in like sequential order, so like from worst to best. I'm gonna start off with the lowest of the low, and it's gotta go to Maelstrom because he is terrifying. Like, he is like not like a good way, like creepy. I can't really put into words what it is about him that gives me like the biggest ick ever. He feels very like condescending, even like towards the rest of the faculty. Like he feels superior, if that makes sense. Superior to even like his colleagues, whatever you would call them. And like the way he talks to everyone is just so weird. Oh yes, my dear countess, my dear ninja, like it just rubs me the wrong way. Like it just creeps me out. His treatment of like all the other characters is also like ugh. I don't like him. I don't see why people like him. Genuinely, I don't see it. He's like the worst to me. Now the next character is kind of similar-ish, but not quite. It's because it's for a different reason. But it's Marta Contreras, because she literally admitted to grooming, which I guess technically all of Vile is like guilty of that, but like just her saying that out loud, terrible. I also just don't like her personality either. It's kind of mid. The next character, I don't know if this is a hot take, but Chief sucks. She actually was my like least favorite character at some point, but it changed because Maelstrom is icky. But this mostly has to do with how Acme is in the show or whatever. Like I could go on a whole rant about how Acme itself sucks, but it's mostly because of Chief, I think. Yeah. I feel like she doesn't really learn a lot from her like mistakes in the show. And just like Maelstrom, she feels like very condescending. Not as much as Maelstrom, but similarly enough. But that's really all I have to say. I mean, she's not like the absolute worst. She's not the absolute worst, but next on the list is the cleaners, because they're kind of creepy, but like not Maelstrom creepy, but like a little bit terrifying. And they don't really have too much personality in my opinion, but they aren't like the absolute worst. But I just don't find them that interesting either. So yeah. Next is Otterman, because I mean there's not too much to him, to be honest. I mean I feel like a lot of the characters that are like low aren't special. Like there isn't too much going on for them. But I mean there are some characters that I like really like, that also don't have too much going for them, but I don't know, it just really depends. Now, this is probably gonna be a hot take, but next is Player. He's like the middest of the mid. He doesn't do much. I don't understand why people like him so much. All he does is sit in his room on his computer all the freaking day. I don't know if I want to go in too much detail in here. I might make like a separate video just on player because I don't know. He's pretty mid, and I don't see the appeal at all. I do not see the appeal of his character. But he isn't terrible. He isn't like obnoxious or whatever. He doesn't annoy me when he's on screen. He just exists. That's all I can say. Next is the Sterlings, because I mean, what else am I supposed to say about them? I think Sterling has more aura than Trey. That's really about it. After that is Dexter Wolf, because like he's cool, I guess, but there's only so much of him shown. It doesn't really reveal too much of his personality for me to form like an actual like full opinion on him. But he isn't like, I wouldn't think he's a terrible character, but I don't think I would have too much attachment to him. But I think him trying to leave Vile for his family is definitely something that I do think is good, I guess. Don't really have much on him. I wish I could see more. Maybe like, I don't know. Kind of wish we could hear him like actually talk in Shadow Sand's like flashbacks. That would have been really cool. Even for like 5 seconds of him saying like nonsense, but like genuinely I'm interested in hearing his voice. Genuinely. After Dexter Wolf is the troll. Again, like he's such a brat. Like he gives me like enormous Discord mod vibes. He spends way too much time on Discord. And also kind of Redditor too. Especially in the way he talks. Like the way he demands to be called like the troll by Dr. Bellum. He's such a brat. That's all I can really say. Next is Spin Kick and Flytrap. Now I see the potential in their characters. Like they're definitely a really cool duo. But they didn't appear at all in season 4. They only appeared on like the screen with all the captured like Vile operatives. But that's the only thing they got in season 4. But yeah, I think they have potential, but the show didn't like do anything about them after season 3 ended or whatever. Next is Hugo. There's not much to say about him because he only appears in like 1 episode. I don't know if people care about him at all or even like remember his existence because they only care about Madame Goldlove. But I kind of wish he got more attention because he seems kind of cool. Like I don't think anyone sees the potential in him, but I do. Anyways, next up is Dash Haber. I can kind of see the appeal, but it's not enough appeal for me to like him. But I find funny that his entire thing is that he's Countess Cleo's like little lapdog. Like he's only on missions related to Countess Cleo and like gets thrown around by her, so that's kind of funny. But I think the reason why people like him so much is because he sounds gay or whatever, which I can absolutely see, but that's like not an extraordinary reason to like him. So yeah. Their Dash Haber is Moose Boy, only because he's voiced by Sonic the Hedgehog. And it's crazy that you got Sonic the Hedgehog and Carmen Sandiego. Also, he just has like such whimsy, which Otterman doesn't get, so that's why he's so low. After him is Hideo, cause there isn't too much to Hideo, so again, I can't really have too much of a strong opinion on him. But he isn't like terrible, obviously, so it's not like I can hate him. Also, a lot of the scenes with him in it are kind of funny, so that's something. Then we have Lupe Peligro. She's cool, I guess. She only appears in 1 episode in like season 3 or whatever. That's all I can say. After Lupe I forgot how to say her name. I'm gonna butcher this really badly. Shifeng? Is it Shifeng? Okay. Yeah, her. Um, Actually, I'm gonna say her and Sonia are kind of on the same level, but I like Sonia a little bit more, just because. How do I say her name? Shifeng actually has like a parent at least, so she has way more going for her, and her dad is like rich and like a prestigious man, so she doesn't have too many issues in her life, I guess, except for her mom is like dead. But Sonia is poor and has zero parents. They're both dead. So, and in the end, she didn't walk a life of crime, and I think that's pretty cool. And Chifeng never really had that idea of being evil. The reason I'm comparing them is because they're both, like, I think around the same age and had kind of similar interactions. I don't know what the show's intentions were for, like, both of them. Sonia going through more adversity makes me like her a little bit more. So, yeah. After that is a character that I don't think people even realize exists or is a character or appears in the show like more than once. Is the counterfeiter slash the art forger. I think I'd rather call him the counterfeiter because he doesn't just forge art. He also like made counterfeit tickets for what was it? The fundraiser thingy in a haunted bayou caper. He created fake paintings for the painting mission. I don't remember the name of the episode, to be honest. Oh, the Duke of Vermeer. That's what it was called. And I have a theory that he was the one who created the fake Lucky Cat in the Lucky Cat caper, because he kind of appears in the background in the episode. I don't know if anyone has noticed, but it makes me think he was involved in that too. And it might be weird that I have him like higher than characters that actually do stuff, that actually like talk. I mean, he did talk in The Duke of Vermeer, but I see like potential, like mad potential for him. And I think more people should know that he exists and that he's a character, that he's like a vile operative. I don't think he's even on the Carmen Sandiego wiki, which is kind of crazy. But anyways, next up is the Interpol supervisor. He's actually like kind of interesting. Like I like his personality, and he only appears in like 2-3 episodes. But I think Interpol should have been a bigger part of Carmen Sandiego, especially with Acme and Chief being like ex-Interpol. There could have been something there. Like, what if Interpol found out Acme existed? That would have been so cool, but that didn't happen, obviously. And, like, didn't they find Devino, like, leaving Interpol suspicious? Or, like, joining back? Like, Interpol is literally, like, this big investigative, like, police force from around the world. And they didn't find the Devino situation suspicious? Honestly, that doesn't really make sense to me. But I'm going off on a tangent. Yeah, the supervisor's pretty cool. Kind of want to see more of him. Okay, so I don't know if this is also a hot take, but the twins aren't that great. I mean, they're not terrible. That's why I have them so high, because they have charm to them and they do a lot. Way more than Player, that's for sure. I don't 100% get why they're like people's favorite characters. Maybe because they're just the good guys and they're like quirky or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I like Ivy a little bit more just because I feel like her relationship with Carmen is definitely much closer than Zach. I can't really like think of an interaction between Carmen and Zach that were like them being friends or friendly. But like I can think of many of Ivy with Carmen. I think Zach and Ivy are definitely pretty good characters, but they aren't like amazing. So yeah, but they're still pretty good, I guess. They have some fun moments with Carmen and in general in the show. That's all I really have to say about them. Next up is Cookie Booker. I feel like from here on out, a lot of the characters that I like are mostly based on like headcanon or like potential that isn't really in the show, and I'm just thinking that they're better than they are, but it's my opinion, so. Cookie Booker should have been way more involved in the show. She only really appeared in like the first few episodes. Like she only really appeared in like the pilot and then in the Fashionista caper. But like she doesn't appear again, which is kind of sad because she's like the accountant for Vile, and it might seem kind of dumb to think that her position deserves more recognition, but I think it does. Honestly, I'm just really surprised she didn't appear more episodes after like season 2, because she seemed really important. Like literally Carmen's outfit is based on her, and that could have been like kind of interesting to explore a little bit more, but guess not. After Cookie Booker, we have Mind Bomb. I really like his like character idea, and I definitely think it was well executed in the show. And a lot of his interactions are really funny, especially with like Neil and Tigress. But not too much to say other than he's pretty cool. Like no complaints really. Then after Mind Bomb, we have the driver, cause she's just so cool in my opinion. She didn't get many lines. She didn't really talk much. She didn't really necessarily do much, but she's interesting. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I really wish her and the mechanic, which I still haven't mentioned, because, I like her more, but I feel like both of them should have had at least another episode or two, because they're so cool. Like, there is so much potential for their characters, and, like, they didn't appear in any other episode other than the, Dubai one. I think I just find her just really badass. That's really it, honestly. It's mostly vibes, and that's really it. But I think she's so cool. Like, genuinely. Next up is Coach Brunt. And I'm gonna be completely honest, when I first watched the show, I hated Coach Brunt. Because I thought she was this big, mean, traitorous, angry, big lady that tried to kill Carmen and tried to kill Shadow Sand. But as I've rewatched the show like a gazillion times, I came to like her character more and like understand her intentions better. She's just very heartbroken that Carmen betrayed her family, quote unquote. And I definitely think she's just on the inside, she's just a really sweet person, but she just chose a life of crime. I came to understand her character a lot more after just seeing the show more, so I stopped hating her. After Coach Brunt, we have the two characters that honestly cannot be separated, and that's Leshev and El Topo, because they're obviously dating. Like, there's no way they're not. They're really fun characters, to be honest. I only have one small complaint, and it's that they appear way too many episodes. And when I say they, I mean Leshev, because there's like 2 missions where he goes on and El Topo isn't there. The Chasing Paper Caper, that's like one of like the only episodes where Leshev's not paired with El Topo. So Leshev technically isn't always with El Topo, but still mostly with him. But yeah, I'm kind of getting off topic. I think they're really fun characters. I like their clashing personalities, but they're still very cool together. But I like El Topo just a little bit more, cause Short King. This is where characters that I really, really like are starting. So next after them is Julia. To be honest, I don't think I liked Julia that much at first, but I definitely came to like her. Actually, I feel like a lot of my opinions on characters have changed as I've watched the show over and over. Like, my original tier list is like way different than my current one. But Julia, I definitely loved her interactions with Devino and Carmen. Not so much the Chief, but because the Chief sucks. I also liked her interactions with Zari. I think they should have been paired up more, to be honest. And speaking of Zari, right after Julia is Zari, and I don't know if this is unpopular opinion, but Julia and Zari should have been together for like way more, cause honestly, their dynamic is pretty cool, and I like seeing them kind of argue. Zara's pretty cool. I wish we got to see more of her character, like just stand alone. And like I wanna know more about her. Like, why was she in Italy for like 2 years? Like, what was up with that? Now, next up is Paper Star. Paper Star is terrifying, but in like a really good way, unlike Maelstrom. Like, she's kind of insane, but it's kind of awesome. Paper Star is what Maelstrom wants to be, but isn't. Now, after Paper Star is the mechanic. The mechanic is generally like, I love her so much. She's just so fun. I really love her personality and just the way she talks in general. And her relationship with Brunt is also pretty interesting too. We rarely get to see a close like relationship between a faculty and operative. So yeah, she's just really cool. I really wish she was in more episodes. With the driver too. Now after the mechanic is the titular character Carmen Sandiego. There's still a bunch of other characters above her. I don't know if that's like unpopular to put her like below a lot of other characters because she's literally like the main character. But I mean, she's not terrible. Like I love her. She's definitely a really good main character, and I like that she's flawed and everything. That's really cool. Also, I'm definitely biased because she's Latina and I'm Latina, so that automatically makes her goated. But yeah, good main character. I love her. She's interesting. She's cool. She's Latino. That's all I gotta say. And after Carmen, we have Madame Goldlove. Another character that only appeared for one episode, but she's incredible. I think she deserved more episodes, but Madame Goldlove deserved to be in like another episode. But unfortunately, she was introduced in season 4, which is the last season. I wish season 5 was a thing, but it's never happening. A lot of these characters right now are like strong women. I don't think that's a coincidence. I think they're just good characters. After Goldlove, we have Cleo. Actually, I'm gonna put Cleo and Bellum together because they can't really be separated either. I think they're great faculty members, but I think I like Dr. Bellum more than Cleo, just because she's sillier, I guess. But Cleo's pretty cool. Okay, now we get into like really goated territory. Next is Lady Dokuso. Honestly, I don't think I liked her that much in the beginning, but like the potential is crazy. Mostly because of her beef with like Shadow Sand and their like low-key exes or whatever. She's so interesting. Like, I can't be the only one who thinks that she's way more overpowered than Shadow Sand. The 2 missions she's gone on, she's done some like crazy injury towards Shadow Sand. And she's like one of the only operatives that can like successfully injure someone. And that's kind of crazy. But yeah, she's actually really cool, and I can't believe I didn't like her at first. But yeah, she definitely grew on me, and I want to see more of her. And then, well, after Dokuso, it's Shadow Sand. To be honest, I was kind of like forcing myself to hate him because he was just so popular. But obviously, I can't really force myself to hate him because he's goated. But I feel like my idea of Shadow Sand is like different from other people because he's a coward and kind of pathetic. But yeah, he's really cool. Definitely not as strong as Dokuso. Like, genuinely, she's way more overpowered. But he's a really good character. I love his betrayal. That was really cool. What would have been cooler was if he actually killed Dexter Wolf and put the blame on Chief as a way to like distract Carmen. But he was the actual killer. That would have been pretty cool. But that didn't happen. Chief was the actual killer, whatever, Dexter. But yeah, basically, he's really cool. And now we're going in my top 5, which hasn't changed since like my second or third rewatch of the show. Like my tier list, like right after watching the show, was like way different. My favorite character was so much well, not completely different, but like not the same favorite character I have now. In 5th place, we have Tigress, which again, she is overpowered. Like, I think she only used like 2% of her power in the entire show. But she's actually really cool. And I really want to know her backstory. Like, genuinely. I kind of had like a headcanon of what her backstory's like. But yeah. I know she was in like a ton of episodes. But still, she could have been in more. And I love how she beefs with a bunch of people. That's cool too. But yeah, generally really good character. I don't care. She's really cool. And then in fourth place we have Neil the Eel. Literally all he really is just a silly guy. But like I feel like there's something deeper to him. There probably isn't, but I swear there's gotta be something deeper. Especially since he technically betrayed Vile. I don't know if people care that he like escaped Vile before he can get his mind wiped and that he's just living his life somewhere in like China or whatever. But yeah, he technically betrayed Vile. I think it was Countess Cleo who said he was loyal to a fault. So that's like really interesting. Like I don't know if people talk about that. But yeah, generally a good character. I don't know what else. He's just silly. But there's gotta be something more. Okay, this is where I'm gonna start yapping so much because third place is Roundabout, and it's like he got done so like my top three characters. I feel like were done so dirty in the show, but I feel like especially Roundabout because he had so much potential to be like really cool, especially as like the new faculty member. But then season 3 barely showed him at all, and it should have been the season where he shined the most. But he barely did anything in that season. He showed up like at the beginning or the end of the episode. Not only that, but like I feel like the show could have done a better job at just showing him to being a member of the faculty because he's literally the successor of Shadow-san. It's like the show doesn't make it such a big deal than it probably should. Also, something that's really funny is that he's kind of doomed like forever because he didn't get his mind wiped. He got put in a dungeon for like 6 whole months straight, which is kind of insane. How is he alive? But even if he got his mind wiped, he would still go to jail. Cause unlike Gray, Roundabout was a very important figure in the British government, and his face and name is everywhere. So he can't escape it. He can't escape his identity. If he gets his mind wiped and put back into the real world, he'd immediately get jailed just because he's him. Like he can't escape it. No matter what Vile does, unless they kill him off, then he's good, I guess. But yeah, he's a Doom character. Definitely way more interesting than the show makes him be. Now in second place, which actually used to be first place, but it's second now, is Chase Devono. Now, Devono is just such a funny character, genuinely. Every time he's on screen, he says something incredibly funny, and it's just so fun to watch him. I also love the fact that he crashes his car a gazillion times in the show, and that he's just clumsy. Like, I don't know, that's just so funny. The reason why he's not first anymore isn't necessarily because I like him less. It's because I like my first place character more. And first place has to go to the best character in like, I don't want to say fiction history, because I think I like characters more than Gray, but yeah, Graham Crackle is the best character in the show, hands down. And I could go on a whole yap session about how his ending sucks. Because what do you mean the last scene in the show of him is in the hospital and the last character he gets to talk to is Chief? Like, that just sucks so bad. I feel like he and Devono have so many like similarities that I don't know if people know about. Like they literally go through like the same stuff just in a different font. But yeah, generally the best character in the show. But yeah, that's about it for this character ranking, whatever. I might rank episodes next, but I think I have to go into more depth for that. Or I don't know, I could just do it based off feelings. But yeah, that's about it. If this gets 1 like, I'll rank the episodes next / seasons. So, yeah. Adios.